Welcome to the 10th episode of The Closest They Came, a series where we take a look back on the days when drivers, winless at NASCAR's highest level, came painfully close to etching their names into the history books. Today we'll be looking back on Casey Atwood's race in the 2001 Pennzoil Freedom 400. He began racing late models in 1995 at the age of 15, finding early success at the local Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, where he would earn Rookie of the Year honors in 1996. By 1998, he would make his debut in the NASCAR Busch Series, driving for Larry Lockamy, running the full season in 1999 after joining Bruco Motorsports. This is where he would make a name for himself on the national stage, earning 2 wins, 6 top 5s, and 18 top 10s between 1998 and 2000. On the heels of this success, Atwood would be hired by Ray Evernham to make a handful of Cup Series starts in 2000 and run the full season in 2001 for the factory Dodge team. By the time the series made it to the Homestead Miami Speedway in November of 2001, Atwood had earned 3 top 10s in his 35 career starts up to that point, with a best finish of 9th coming 7 weeks earlier at Dover. After averaging 154.688 miles per hour on his timed lap, Atwood would line up on the outside pole beside teammate Bill Elliott and would run in the top 5 throughout the first fuel run.
We're underway. Bill Elliott has the lead. Casey Atwood has slipped in line second, then John Andretti and Ricky Rudd. Bill Elliott and Casey Atwood in Ray Evernham's Dodges are the early leaders. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Patience for Casey Atwood. That's the call. Tight in the middle of both corners and also a little bit loose coming off of turn 4. That's the story on Casey. Marty?
Elliott has led them all from the pole, but he's not leading by a whole lot.
No, he isn't, because his teammate Casey Atwood is right there.
As the leaders made green flag pit stops, Atwood would have an impressive in and out lap, taking over the lead on lap 64.
And Atwood's going to come to pit road. Casey's heading to the entry of the pit lane, which is inside of turn number 3. Got to run that ring road all the way around the inside of the corner.
One stall behind him will be Casey Atwood in the 19 car, started outside the front row. He's been just a little bit tight, so they're making an air pressure adjustment, and they'll also make a chassis adjustment. They've been coaching him on the radio. He's shown a lot of talent. Still needs to show a little bit more desire, in the opinion of Ray Evernham. 4 tires stop and fuel the 19 on its way.
And the lead is going to cycle around to Casey Atwood after the pit stops. Sterling Marlin stayed out on the track, took over the lead. Jeff Gordon caught him. And then they came to pit road on that entryway around the inside of turns 3 and 4. Casey Atwood, if he's driving for his job, he's certainly driving well.
Well, the last 3 or 4 races, he has appeared as though he was driving for his job. Right, Bill Weber?
It certainly has, Benny. Throughout the year, Ray Evernham has had conversations with Casey Atwood. He told him at Pocono that sometimes you try too hard, because Casey would unload good, and throughout the day on Friday, they would get worse and worse and worse. But I had a long conversation here with Ray yesterday. He said he is committed to making Casey Atwood a success in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, and he hopes next weekend in Atlanta to unveil his plans to further Casey's career and to exactly what will go on with his race team. So that's a major announcement. A lot of people looking for next weekend, but Ray underlined his enthusiasm and his support for Casey Atwood in the future.
Now, I talked to Sammy Johns, the crew chief on this 19 car this morning, and asked him how his car was, and he said, we've got a good race car. As a matter of fact, I think we have a better race car today than we had at Phoenix. And I think most of you fans will realize just how good he was at Phoenix.
He would hold on for 15 laps before being run down by Tony Stewart.
The 19 is the leader. Tony Stewart started 22nd. Casey Atwood started 2nd. And Tony Stewart is about to take the lead.
Tony Stewart, 2 for 2 in Winston Cup competition here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. He's had a great deal of success here. He may be finding even more right here. He cut that car right in the center of that turn. New leader, Tony Stewart.
The first yellow of the day would come out on lap 83 due to oil on the track from Matt Kenseth's car. This would bring the leaders back down pit road, where the combination of having a slow stop and both Mark Martin and Sterling Marlin taking 2 tires would move Atwood back to 5th for the lap 92 restart.
Seville, they have warned Casey Atwood to take care of the right front. It's a small air pressure adjustment because it's been a little bit loose. Had a lot of trouble on the left front. That's going to cost him some positions. What dodges Elliott as they head out? A lot of traffic down here. Dave?
Here coming off pit road, we see that Ward Burton, the 22 car, comes off in front of Tony Stewart. Then comes Bill Elliott.
Casey Atwood, but Sterling Marlin with just 2 tires is going to be your leader off pit road.
He would battle in the top 10 until the caution came out on lap 111 for debris in turns 1 and 2.
Mike Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Casey Atwood, Ward Burton. The 11 car of Brett Bodine, the only one in this picture not on the lead lap.
Cars?
Some of them are.
So that could have done it as well.
6th place, Casey Atwood around Mike Wallace. And we look ahead from Kevin Harvick. Next one to try and challenge Wallace for a spot. 5th place here, Ward Burton in the 22, Casey Atwood in the 19.
And Tony Stewart is running so fast that this battle is about 8 seconds behind the leader as Casey Atwood goes by Ward Burton and takes that spot away.
Don't forget, Ward just got 2 tires on his pit stop, so he's going to slide back a little bit. Caution on the racetrack, debris in turn number 1. Is the call from NASCAR Race Control. 2nd caution of the event. And another opportunity to come to pit road.
He would sustain right side damage in an unfortunate incident on pit road after a collision with Ward Burton would injure members of Ricky Rudd's pit crew. In the aftermath of the incident, he would line up for the lap 123 restart outside of the top 10.
Green flag, we're back racing.
The car remained fast and he would re-enter the top 10 by the time the caution came out for debris once more on lap 148.
Harvick is 2nd and a 3rd behind. Then you've got Jeff Burton, Jimmy Spencer, and Mark Martin, the top 5. Followed by Jeff Gordon, Bill Elliott, now Casey Atwood up to 8th. All right, Bill, thanks. 3rd caution of the race. Same reason as the first 2, debris on the track.
The leaders would pit once again and he would come off in 7th.
Starts to leave his pit. All of a sudden, here comes Jeff Green.
Everybody's getting out at the same time today.
The race would resume on lap 153. He would steadily move forward on this run, reaching 5th before debris in turn 2 slowed the race for the 4th time on lap 174.
Sterling Marlin back to 5th. Next to challenge Marlin will be Casey Atwood in the 19.
As they keep saying, it's like trying to balance on a razor blade, getting a car perfect around these corners.
He would line up towards the back of the top 10 for the lap 179 restart after taking 4 tires on his stop.
For the restart.
With his car still showing a lot of speed, he would surge forward and spend much of this run in the top 5 until Stacy Compton's incident in turn 1 would bring out the caution on lap 224.
Trouble. Stacy Compton has hit the wall. Turn 1. Caution flag is out. Let's take a look at what happened.
There Compton, the 92 car, is trying to get under the 22. He got on the brakes. Talk about brakes. He really got on them hard. And when he did, he got it loose.
See his hands fighting that steering wheel, too. Boy.
Ward Burton's going to see that replay and go, thank you.
Thank those brakes.
Atwood would take 2 tires on his pit stop and come off pit road in 1st with 42 laps remaining.
4 tires this time. 4 tires for Kevin Harvick. They warned him about spinning the tires, leaving his pit stop. There was just too many laps left to take just 2.
I saw Bill Elliott just get 2. I saw Jason Leffler just get 2. There's another car ahead of them on that exit to the pits. Casey Atwood, that's who it was, that also just got 2 tires.
And Casey Atwood and Bill Elliott both have been running pretty consistent speeds.
He would fire off strong on the lap 230 restart.
And you see that Casey Atwood, with those 2 tire stop, comes out first.
Mike Wallace in the 12 is on the tail end of the lead lap.
Green.
Hoping for a quick caution if he can stay in front of Casey Atwood.
The 10 car of Johnny Benton in the same situation, and Benson gets on the inside of the 12 car.
Benson in 26th place, Mike Wallace in 25th. Here comes the leader, Casey Atwood, in the 19. Doesn't have enough time to pass all those cars and get to Casey Atwood for another win.
I don't think he does, because Casey has stretched out a pretty nice distance between him and Tony Stewart right now.
It was 4 seconds the last time by.
Check it out. From Stewart up to the leader, Casey Atwood, second car in the frame. Bill Weber.
Well, Casey having a solid run, as you guys have been talking about. Ray Evernham, his car owner, and Sammy Johnson, crew chief, working with him on the radio. Early in the race, Benny talked about how this team was good at Phoenix. Well, here's why. They came here the week and tested early in the week, found something here that they thought would help them at Phoenix. They went to Phoenix and used that and found some more that they felt would help them here. Ray Evernham said he had a meeting with Casey Atwood on Tuesday and said, we're going to go down to Homestead, we're going to practice well, we're going to win the pole, and we're going to win the race. The only problem was Bill Elliott had the room bugged, and he won the pole.
Yeah. Casey, though, qualifying on the outside of the front row. This is the second time in the race he's led. He was out front earlier from lap 64 to 78. He's trying to put Johnny Benson back a lap down. Elliott trying to get up and catch his teammate Casey Atwood, but the youngster is 5 seconds out in front. You're looking at potentially another new NASCAR Winston Cup winner, Casey Atwood. The 21-year-old from Nashville, Tennessee, is 4 seconds out in front of Bill Elliott with just 19 laps to go here at Homestead.
Kurt Busch would spin on lap 251, bringing out the sixth and final caution, setting up a battle between the teammates on the final restart with 13 laps remaining.
Well, Ray Evernham's two teams decided not to pit, Bill. They're leading in the top two spots.
And he's up on top of the pit box. Last year you were an announcer part-time, so can you predict what's going to happen here?
No, if I was doing that, I'd probably try and figure out the lottery number is going to be. No, I'm very proud of my guys, my teams. This is something we worked on. Just have to wait and see. Casey's doing a tremendous job, as is Bill. Hopefully we can get a good day for the Dodge dealers, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Ray, this is what you've worked for and what you've looked for.
It is, certainly want it with a lot more consistency, but I really feel good about the direction the team is going and the support, again, that we've been giving to Dodge and UAW, all our sponsors. But, the people stuck with us, and right now my guys and my race teams are doing a great job.
He's got the top two cars with 14 laps to go. What about this 21-year-old kid? What do you think?
His eyeballs are about the size of saucers right now.
Casey Atwood trying to get his first NASCAR Winston Cup win. Tell you what, remember last year he came down here when he made those limited number of starts for Ray Evernham, getting his feet wet, and he finished 10th. Qualified 5th in this race a year ago.
Got a good race car. Just got I'm sure that Ray is talking to him now, but on the other hand, you've got a guy that's got a bunch of experience starting on your rear bumper that wants a win as bad as Casey does. That's Bill Elliott.
And a long dry spell for Bill. Labor Day weekend 1994 was the last time Bill Elliott won a NASCAR Winston Cup race. 13 laps to go. Top two clear the traffic quickly. That's important for them. And Bill Elliott is right there with Casey Atwood. One seeking his first Winston Cup win, one seeking to show he can still get it done at 46 years of age.
Elliott's car looks awfully good down there in 3 and 4, BP.
But I would tell you, I would bet that Ray Evernham is telling those guys, please don't wreck each other. Don't put each other out of the race.
Casey would put up a good fight, but would ultimately relinquish the lead to Elliott with 5 laps remaining, crossing the line in third as Elliott would claim the 41st victory of his career.
Maybe just Bill is trying a different line.
Well, I was just going to say, BP, that, Casey's running in clean air, so maybe Bill's going to have to change his line and get that air on his car to make that car stick a little bit better.
Even if he ends up second, somewhat of a turnaround for Bill Elliott. His last top 10 finish was at Darlington Labor Day weekend. He may not be willing to settle for second, though. Look at this. Casey Atwood was the youngest race winner in the history of the NASCAR Busch Series when he scored a victory in 1999 at Milwaukee. At 21 years of age, he's trying to become a very young winner in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series.
Just under 5 laps to go. And a battle for the lead. Here comes Elliott on the inside.
Got him. Bill Elliott out front. 4 laps to go. And he protects the bottom. Waltrip the second. 227 races ago, Bill Elliott took the checkered flag in the Southern 500 at Darlington. He's done it today at Homestead. Elliott is your winner.
Marty, with Casey Atwood, a third-place finish after a spectacular day on the track.
Yeah, it was a great day. You know, was up front all day. Decided to take 2 there, about 30-something laps to go, and it was going to work. You know, that caution came out, and we were getting really loose. I just couldn't hold them off. But congratulations to Bill. I know it's an awesome feeling for him and an awesome feeling for Ray. You know, I was just trying to bring it home 1-2, but I was just getting too loose to hold them off.
And you've been in the rumor mill about what you might be doing next year. Obviously, you showed a lot of talent today.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I like to think I can do all right out there, but I'm not worried about it. I mean, I think I'll be driving for Evernham Motorsports next year, regardless of what car it is, so I'll be looking forward to it.
For the 2002 season, he would move to Jim Smith's Ultra Motorsports with backing from Evernham, although the deal would fall apart before season's end. His final Cup Series starts would come at the age of 22 in 2003, driving an Evernham Motorsports research and development car in a handful of starts. He would eventually make 82 more starts in the Busch and later Nationwide Series before his career ended in 2009. Atwood's career has been noted as one of the biggest what-ifs in modern NASCAR history. A confluence of factors, including an admitted lack of focus on his own part, brought about an early end to his career on the national stage. However, to this day, what he accomplished on the track at such a young age remains impressive. The performance of the Evernham 19 team was on an upward trajectory in the latter half of the 2001 season, and as Atwood displayed at Homestead, winning speed was not far off.